Yeah, it's gonna be blue skies for you and I. But my heart beats slow as the storm carries on up high, and the clouds roll by.
Hello YouTube, it's been a while since I've really talked about Fairy Tail, and this is not a review, it's just a discussion, and I'm going to be talking about the recent chapters and what I think about them. So, first of all, I just want to say that I'm really disappointed in these recent chapters. I don't really know when the last time I reviewed was, but I know I didn't get to review any of the fight between Irene and Erza, and now the stuff with Natsu waking up after, you know, talking to Igneel about his demon seed and his dragon seed. And for once, I can actually say I'm actually really disappointed in Fairy Tail, because I know a lot of times when I did reviews and there were controversial things that a lot of people did not like in a chapter, that most of the time I didn't really care. It didn't really bother me, just like it would bother other people. But the fight between Irene and Erza, it really did bother me, just because of the fact that Irene was a really hyped up character, and just to see how she was defeated, it just left me like, what the heck, okay? I did not like this fight, and for real, I'm being 100% honest, the fight disappointed me completely. And each chapter I was reading, I was just hoping that, you know, the next chapter, Hiro would pull something like Irene was faking all this stuff, like, and she was actually gonna just destroy Erza. But no, Erza used the power of friendship, and Irene could not kill Erza because she is Erza's biological mother. And that just did not settle well with me, because Irene went from this person to, I don't really care that you're my daughter, I'm gonna kill you, to, oh, I can't kill her because she's my daughter. It's just like, really? This character was hyped up. She was up there. She was one of the strongest Spriggan 12. Actually, I would put her, I don't know now, but I would have put her in the top 2 strongest Spriggan 12. We still have August, and I'm hoping that August is not a disappointment like Irene was, because that would just be completely just ruin this whole arc almost, because I was enjoying this arc, and now that we're seeing this, it's just not floating in my head well. I'm not enjoying this. I'm really disappointed, because I was really looking forward to see Irene, you know, just be a total, just complete savage. I mean, she could have, or from what I've seen in a few chapters ago, probably like 30 chapters ago, it was in the summer, when she kind of went toe-to-toe with Agnologia, and she shrunk the whole continent of Ishgar, or the country of Ishgar, and that just showed, you know, Irene is not someone to mess with. And then you see Erza, who was clearly not on Irene's level. I mean, all her bones were broken except like her arm, and she defeated Irene, and Irene was coming down with a meteor. I mean, she's a dragon, and Erza defeats her. I mean, the only cool thing about the chapters was seeing Irene's backstory and a little bit of Erza's backstory, but besides that, the fight was complete trash. I'm gonna be honest. Now, Fairy Tail is still a really good series. I understand the fact that it's not meant for a, you know, like, to be great, and I'm actually gonna take a bet. It's not a really good series, but it's a series that I still really enjoy, and a lot of people enjoy as well, and a lot of people don't enjoy it. It's just one of those series, and I like it for the story. The fights, I'm gonna be honest, sometimes they're good, and a lot of times they're trash. And the trash fights, they don't always bother me, but this one did. And something that also ruined the story for me was that Natsu just got up and he was like, oh, I choose to be human. That really did piss me off as well, because I was hoping that he would either pick a dragon or demon, but he's like, no, I'm human. I'm gonna be a human, okay? So that just pissed me off, because I was really looking forward to seeing him choose whether he wanted to be a dragon or a demon, and see him awake as a dragon or a demon. And honestly, I thought he was gonna go with dragon. I wasn't gonna be disappointed with that, because I think being a dragon for Natsu would be really cool. But no, he chooses to be human, and I'm just like reading this chapter, which is the latest chapter, 520, and I'm just like, what the heck? This ruins the hype I had for this, because that was probably one of my favorite things about these recent chapters, or the latest arc, or the last 2 arcs. I guess, or the last two big arcs, Tartarus and Alvarez, was the fact that, you know, Natsu was a demon, and I thought he was going to get his demon powers or have to fight off his demon powers. And before I read the part where he said, no, I'm human, I thought he was going to, you know, fight off his demon powers and choose his dragon powers, which I was going to be really excited for. But no, he just got up. He said, screw both of those. Even though he was going to die if he didn't pick one of them, he said, screw both of those. I'm being human. And I'm just like reading the chapter. And I'm, what the heck? That makes no sense. I mean, that's like saying, okay, you're sick. You have some type of sickness. You have two treatment options. You can pick this one, which might, you know, cause some things for you, or this one that will have certain side effects. And you're just like, no, I'm choosing neither of them. I'm going to get over this sickness without this treatment. It's just like, what in the world? I mean, I'm stuttering, okay? I really am stuttering because I have no words for how disappointing that was to me. And Natsu getting up saying he was human is probably more disappointing than Urza beating Irene, because a lot of people expected Urza to beat Irene in some bullcrap way because Urza seems to have a way because she's Urza. And a lot of times the because she's Urza fights don't really piss me off. They piss a lot of people off. But this one did. And honestly, I'm just so disappointed. And it seems like that Makarov is going to be back in some way, because we all thought he was dead. Now, I'm not going to say he's going to be back, like, completely, like, in his body, but he was talking in the recent chapter 520, and then it went on to Natsu, like a different panel of Natsu. But that also pissed me off as well, seeing Makarov talk. I hope it's not him being back. I hope he's just, like, kind of like talking to them through their heads in a way, I guess, the way that, like, in a spiritual way or something like that. I hope it stays that way. I hope he does not come back, because that really will be a big impact on this arc, because it seems like these recent chapters have just been complete garbage, and I hope Makarov just stays dead, because, like I said, that would be pretty big for this Alvarez arc, especially with these recent garbage chapters. But guys, that's all I really have talking about this. I'm just heavily disappointed in these recent chapters. I mean, the two things that I've just talked about in this video have really disappointed me and really kind of pissed me off about the series. But I'm not too heavily pissed, but I am really disappointed. So that's all I have for this. I kind of just wanted to give my thoughts on these recent chapters of Fairy Tail, since I haven't reviewed in probably over a month or two. But I will get back to Fairy Tail reviews, and hopefully these chapters, they're not as bad as they have been. I hope that, you know, Hiro gets back on track, because that's one thing about Fairy Tail. We'll have some bad chapters for a little while, then we'll have some good chapters, and that's just how it goes. I mean, I wish the series could just be all good chapters, and, you know, the bad chapters come every now and then, but it just seems like that there's a constant, you know, okay, here's a bad chapter for a few weeks, so here's some bad chapters, and then here's some good chapters, and that's just how Fairy Tail is. You gotta accept it that way. Fairy Tail is not a perfect series. It is just a series that you can enjoy every now and then, I guess, and you gotta hate every now and then. Or you can just enjoy overall and be a fairy tard or be a complete hater. But that's it, guys. Hope you did enjoy this video. I mean, I'm not gonna really call it a rant. I'm just gonna be really heavy. I'm just gonna call it me being really heavily disappointed in this series. But I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to give me a like. Comment down below in the comment section. Tell me what you thought of these recent chapters. I'm sure most people are heavily disappointed, maybe even more than I am of this. Maybe you even dropped the series. I would love to know. And if you like this recent chapters, go ahead and tell me too. I don't really think you would, but if you did, hey, tell me, and tell me why. Come on, give me a good reason why you enjoy these chapters. Anyway, subscribe for more content. Hope you have a nice day. I'm out.
Drop it.